I was scrolling through my feed on a Tuesday night when I saw at a photograph of an elderly woman sitting alone on a park bench, holding a handwritten sign that read, "My family forgot my birthday. I just wanted someone to say hello." The caption beneath it claimed it had been taken last week in Chicago, and already it had been shared 2 million times. People were crying in the comments. Others were writing long paragraphs about loneliness and forgotten elders. A few had even started a GoFundMe to find her and help her. Something about it made my stomach tighten. I had seen enough of these images cycle through the internet to know the feeling. That particular shade of sadness, packaged just right. I saved the image and opened Google Images. I dragged the photo in and hit search. The first few results were all shares of the same viral post, different platforms, same story. Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Instagram. But on the third page of results, something different appeared: a link to a Portuguese news article from 2019. I clicked it. The article was about a photography exhibit in Lisbon. A street photographer named Enrique Almeida had taken the photo as part of a series on urban solitude. The woman in the photograph was his neighbor, a retired schoolteacher named Maria, who had agreed to pose for the project. The sign was a prop. She was not forgotten. She had 3 children and 6 grandchildren and had spent that particular Sunday laughing about the shoot over lunch with her whole family. I sat back in my chair. The photo was real. The woman was real. The bench was real. But the story attached to it was entirely invented by someone who had stripped away all context, written a few sentences, and uploaded it with the specific intent of making people feel something they could share. I kept digging. I found Enrique's original Instagram post from November 2019, with the full caption explaining the project, tagging Maria, showing behind-the-scenes shots of the two of them smiling together after the session. Maria had even commented on it with a string of heart emojis. I screenshot everything. The original post. The article. The exhibit page. The dates, the names, the location: Lisbon, not Chicago. Then I went back to the viral post and I started leaving comments. I kept them short and factual. I linked to the original source. I linked to the exhibit. I explained that the woman was not forgotten, that she was fine, that the sign was a prop, that the photo was from 2019 in Portugal. I did this on every platform I could find where the post had spread. Some people thanked me. A lot of people argued with me. One person told me I was trying to destroy hope. Another said it didn't matter if it was staged because it represented a real issue. I understood what they meant, but I also knew that the GoFundMe had already raised $4,000 for a woman who did not need it, and nobody had thought to ask where that money would actually go. The original post was never taken down. The GoFundMe eventually closed after the organizer stopped responding. I never found out what happened to the money. I sent a message to Enrique through Instagram, just to let him know what had happened to his photograph. He responded 2 days later. He was tired about it. This had happened before, he said, with 2 other photos from the same series. He had tried reporting it, but platforms had no mechanism for stolen context. The image wasn't stolen. The content wasn't technically false. It was just a lie built around a truth, and that made it nearly invisible to any automated system. We ended up exchanging a few more messages. He told me Maria had seen one of the viral versions and found it funny at first, then unsettling when strangers started claiming they had tracked down her address to send gifts. She had to set her social media to private for a month. A woman who had agreed to be a subject in an art project about loneliness had ended up actually experiencing something close to harassment because someone decided her image told a different, more profitable story. I still do this when I see something that feels engineered to make me feel. I drag the image into a reverse search. I look for the oldest instance I can find. I check the metadata if it's available. I look for the original photographer. I read past the caption. Most of the time the image is exactly what it claims to be. But sometimes it isn't. And the times it isn't are always worth the 10 minutes it takes to find out. Maria is fine. Enrique still photographs. The bench is still in Lisbon.